Hello. Luba Carlson is here, and we are working on Advent Calendar Art Journaling Challenge. I am still catching up, but we'll get there. So I am on days, I believe it's 18 through 21, and today I'm going to be working on the tree topper, mistletoe, Christmas bells, and the gingerbread house. Before I do that, I'm going to flip through the finished cards real quick. Snow boots, hot cocoa. Um, it's funny. Last video, I forgot what they're called again. Candy canes, and we have the ornament and snowman, Christmas lights. If you're watching replay, say hello. Let me know. Uh, Gift wrap, Christmas trees, letter to Santa, Christmas wreath. All of these are available on the channel for replay. Christmas hat, winter trees, holly, and then we have the Christmas cookies, snowflakes, stocking, and the angel. Okay, so I'm gonna start working on what's left for today. Again, tree topper, mistletoe, Christmas bells, and gingerbread house. Chances are I will use watercolor for all of that just because it goes a little bit faster. So let me pull out my cards if I can find them. I will go and put all the journal back together once I'm done, once everything's painted and dry, and so that we can put all of that away. These are empties. Hold on, let me pull this out. I'm stuck here. Okay. I'll have to put all of that back together again. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. For this one, okay, and I think I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time. I'm gonna just tape them to this piece of cardboard, all 4 together, so that I can work on them at the same time and I don't need to reset. Guys, with watercolors, you know it, sometimes it's easier to, because you have to wait for things to dry to add layers. And so this is what I'm going to do with that. This is how I'm going to deal with that. Okay, tape. So the first one is the tree topper. What is your favorite kind of a tree topper? My nails are looking awful. I'm sorry. I took a pomegranate apart yesterday, and so the juice stained my nails, and I think I need to do something about that. So I apologize if you're looking and like, what happened to her hands? Yeah. And I love pomegranates. So good morning, Cindy. How are you? I'm still trying to catch up, Cindy. I'm pretty sure that I'll be caught up today. I'm gonna do this one and then take a break and then finish the last. I think there's 3 days left after this one, because I feel awful really for being so late and catching up and all of that stuff. That was not intended, but sometimes we just kind of have to do what we have to do. Okay, so here is what I want. What do I want? I want a tree topper. and I need ideas. So I'm going into Pinterest and I'm typing up tree topper drawing, and I'm just looking for ideas. So I'm not going to, I will not just copy somebody's drawing, right? I just need an idea, and it really does help to um, look things, look it up. So mostly it's stars, just different kind of stars. Pretty much everything I see is a star, or it's like that little. It's like a 5 point flower with like added stuff to it on a spring. So I don't know. Hmm. I need options. Well, it looks like that stars are the most popular options. So you know what? I have a star. Look at that. So I got it. This is I traced a cookie cutter. I'm hopeful that I'll have time to make it out of an old sweater. That's why I have the star here. But I'm thinking, yeah, let's just rub some pencil on it and see where this takes us, right? Now you can see the Sharpie kind of bled a little bit through, and so I can see the lines. And this is like the one of the easiest ways to transfer anything. You literally can go into canva.com, find like an image that you would like to add to your, you know, painting or card, print it out, and then do this. Just kind of, it really is like the easiest way to transfer images. Okay, now I'm going to trace. And I'm going to lift it and see if it's tracing. Yep. I like the star because it has rounded corners. Usually stars would have sharp corners. Nothing wrong with that. But for what I'm doing here, okay, so Cindy says Angel. Yeah, Angel is great, but we did Angel like not yesterday, but in the previous video I did an Angel. So I don't think I have a star in my stash yet, so the star would work. Okay, and then I can add like this coil going in and out. And what are cute fun things that can be done with a star? Oh, I'll have to think about it. Okay, so using my kneaded eraser. What? That's a whole lot of pressure for this table. It doesn't like it. See, it takes the graphite off so easy, like all the graphite stays on the eraser. And you're not messing up your fibers of the paper, especially if you're painting, if you're doing this on watercolor paper. Okay, so I'm gonna paint the base color and maybe I'll do something else, maybe I won't, I don't know. Chances are I'll just add a little bit of glitter to this or metallics. Metallics, ooh, hold on. Because I have all of this that I never use. And like this color is just asking to be there. So let's do that. Let's grab some water, put some on here, start that to wake up. Okay, and while it's waking up, I'll grab a little bit larger, something larger, a larger watercolor brush, and just paint water, doing wet and wet. We'll see how this goes. It's going to be fun. This is going to be fun. I like this idea. Just making sure it's all wet, nice and wet. Okay. Yes, Cindy, I love metallics, but I don't know. Like, I always forget that I have them because they're never on my table. I always have them somewhere aside. They're not spreading out very well. At least this set isn't. So I'll just keep putting them on. I was hopeful they would spread out a little bit better as wet on wet, but oh well. Looks like this will have plenty of glistening and shiny. There we go. I left a spot over here for highlight. So there is a highlight right there, and let's go into darker blue right here and use that for shading. Yeah, this paint isn't moving as much as I would expect watercolor to move, so not the best set. But you know, it was free. A friend gave it to me, so I'm not complaining about it. Just stating the fact. So I'm adding shading just on this side here and partly over here, and that's it. That's all I'm doing. And now I'm gonna go ahead and grab some of this kind of white silver. At least it looks like it. It looks like white silver. Hello, Marianne. Marianne, I'm catching up. I think I'm on day 19 right now, or 18. I don't know anymore. This is my tree topper. Trying to catch up. Okay, and so I'm adding some of the silver to the top. To just add some color. Okay, and we need to paint the spring. So I'm going back to this. Oh, I forgot to grab my paper towel. Here we go. Marianne, if you have silver, you can add it a little bit at a time to any color and it'll make it metallic. Okay. Here we go. Just test it somewhere like on scrap paper to make sure that you got the color that you want. Okay, so look, I'm doing this halfway. And then that part's gonna get darker. And then again. So I'm not finishing the core with one color, okay? And so then I get this darker blue that I used for shading. Pick up where I left. And just add it here. And here. Okay. Have my tree topper. I might do the outline for it later. I don't know. Let's have it dry. And while it's drying, we can move on to the next thing. I am doing a lot of watercolor. Whoa, sorry. This is fastest, really. So, because, yeah, gotta catch up, yes? So, mistletoe. Mistletoe would be... Okay. So, for mistletoe, I'm not going to use metallics. I am going to use my regular regular watercolors, my travel set. Get my palette out. So I want to make like a dusty green for my mistletoe. What did I do with oh, I just put it back, didn't I? Yep, that sounds just like me. I don't want this one. So mistletoe, I'm just gonna freehand, and I'm gonna do watercolor, just as I said. Okay, I have some bright green over here, super bright. Add here. And then I have like some bluish, purple-ish something in here. And by adding it together, I'm gonna make it not as bright green. It's gonna tone it down a little bit. See what's happening? It does make sense to play with your watercolor if you're doing that. What do I need? I'm trying to figure this out. How about I'll try and pick up some of this orange and add it to here too. Yeah, gonna mute it down a little bit. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm just gonna start with my leaves. Starting from here and drag to some point. And I know I'm completely freehanding it. You might need to do a little sketch to know where you want your leaves to go. But I know that they just where they need to go, so that's why I'm just... So the leaf is a little bit more rounded, like a toe, I guess. That's why they call it a toe. I don't know. So I'm just going back and kind of rounding that up, adding a little bit more color. Just random. There we go. And one more over here. Okay. Now let's do the stem. Just connect the things here. And then bring your leaves right on there. Okay, this needs to dry because next step would be ribbon and red berries. So this is drying, and as this is drying, I'm moving on onto Christmas bells. Also doing that freehand. Christmas bells can be gold. What's closest? Yellow is closest to gold. So let's just do that. Just a puddle of water, some I think this yellow is a little bit too cold. Yep. It's a little bit too cold in the tone, so I'm going to move on down here because it's getting warmer, getting to orange. The color is getting warmer, so I'll just mix the two. And perfect. Okay, I'm going to paint 5 circles with water. There's one. And I'm going to add my yellow into it right away so that it starts to move around. 1, 2. And I am making them pretty random. Maybe here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then one here, 4. This is why it's so helpful to have all of the paper taped right away, because you can do a few at the same time. Here, add some more color. Move on. Or maybe 4. Look at that. That looks good, right? Okay, add some more color to the one of the edges, like on the left. Adding more color, hoping it'll move for me. And if it's not moving very well, might add a little bit more water to help it move. Okay, this needs to dry. While this is drying, I'm moving on to gingerbread house. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Sticking out. Okay, so as you know what, I always use what I have. Or at least I try to use things that are usable. Okay, so here's my square. Just to make it easier, grab my pencil. Seriously, don't be afraid to use what you have on hand to make your life easier than trying to draw and erase, draw and erase. And we have that. And now I'm folding this like that. A little bit, doesn't have to be anything insane, okay? Nothing crazy here. Just like an airplane, you know? Because I want my sides to be symmetrical and my roof to be symmetrical, because if it's a gingerbread house, then it was, people used the cookie cutter to make it, right? So it needs to be symmetrical. And so there's the roof. Okay, and now that I have the roof, if I wanted to, I can extend it, or I can just leave it like that. I'm gonna leave it like that. Get rid of the slime here. Okay, and now we have that. We need imagination, and gingerbread houses are not my strong suit, I'll be honest. It's not something that we do a lot or at all, really. I find them overwhelming because I'm a perfectionist, and perfection doesn't happen usually in a gingerbread house made out of a kit of candy. And I really don't have the patience to make it a real thing. So I'm gonna cheat and use all the stencils that I have. So let's see what we can do with this, right? Maybe add a beam. Definitely add a door somewhere here. Yeah, and then like around. That's too big. That's too small. That's perfect. And I always put a round window in the attic. I don't know why. Round window. And what else can we do with this? Maybe some regular windows. I did put a huge door on there, so probably. And here. And there. Well, let's make it weird because I'm weird. Another. It's a modern rendition, right? I don't know. I am not an architect. I told you. As I told you, and it is true, gingerbread houses stress me out. Okay. What do I have here? I have this rounded shape. I don't know if I want it anywhere. Probably not. That's probably a little bit too much already. Okay. It's a weird gingerbread house. It'll work. Okay, so they use these kind of things to decorate them traditionally. This kind of design. Maybe I could do something like this here. The windows are gonna be like that. They're pretty strange windows, aren't they? Okay, what am I going to do with the door? Oh, I know. Okay, ruler. Maybe? So go like that. And then go around like maybe like this. Put the triangle in there and then erase the rest. This is how I did the barn doors in the tree delivery tutorial. If you saw that. Definitely. Okay, and so now, because I'm getting carried away a little bit, so I'm adding 2 pots on the side, on each side of the door, like this. 3, and then out bigger than the pots, and pretty much all the way to the window. There's going to be little Christmas trees. Oh my gosh, we did it! It looks almost complete. Yeah? What do you think? It'll work, right? I'm going to put this up if I can. Well, I'll have to turn it around, but that's the thing. And so the question is what I'm going to do with this, right? So I'm going to grab my chair first. I usually stand when I do these. It's easier to paint for me while I'm standing, but while drawing, it's easier to sit down. So here goes my micron. Outline everything. Oh yeah, don't forget that. And so as I'm doing this, I'm allowing myself on purpose to make my lines uneven, because I don't think even lines will, I think it adds character to the house. Oh, okay. I already started it, but now I thought, well, maybe instead of doing 2 windows on each side, I could have done my Christmas tree. I should have done them taller. And I thought that as I already drew a line up the window. So maybe next time. Maybe next time. Ta-da! Gingerbread house. Okay, so it needs to sit a minute because I'm afraid that I'll smudge. I'm not sure about this paper that things dry fast enough here. All right, I go back to my mistletoe and find a small brush. find some super bright red, and that I will paint directly straight from the cake because I need super intense color. Just adding a little bit of water to wake it up and so that I can grab. Okay, adding a circle over here for the bow, paint it in, and then kind of do a if you like, I really like using a thin string for my bows and put like a few of them in like that. And then it's going down like this. And then, whoopsie, I just touched my. I'm going into the red that's a little bit more on like magenta rose side. It's not the same red. I'm not sure if it will show on the screen, if the difference will show. They're super close, but it's a different red. And I'm just looking for spots in between the branches and the leaves. Add some red berries. Maybe here. Let me see. The thing with watercolors is that it doesn't like rushing. And I am trying to do this fast. So I'm rushing. I shouldn't be rushing through this. It's not a good idea. Maybe here. This looks pretty balanced, don't you think? I think this looks good. Okay, clean the brush. Let's get back to that tiny green that I have. There's a little bit left over here, the mix that I did for leaves. And I'm gonna add little stems to berries so they're not just hanging in the air, And then I'm going to, hopefully this will work with the small brush, just put a couple of drops. Yep, just splatter. Perfect. I don't even know if this shows. I don't even know. Let me bring this up higher. Hold on. Here, up higher, so you can see the splatter. Okay, got that. All right, so this is good to go, kind of. Oh, sorry. Okay, things just keep happening. Okay, so looking for eraser. Here we go. I'm going to erase my pencil lines. And as you noticed, I'm using just a regular white eraser because I'm not going to be using a whole lot of watercolor on this page. And I don't even know if I want to do this live, really, because it's just coloring. So we'll see, right? Okay, so these puppies are still drying. Christmas bells are still drying. The star is dry, so I'm grabbing my white Posca. Oh, wow, I just made a hole in my cardboard. That was new. Okay. Short line dot all the way around, just to add a little bit of detail. Let me bring this up here. Whoop, so shiny, it's hard to see. I think you can see it here, yeah? And then highlight on the spring as the lighter part, okay? Remember we put different colors in the spring? Gives the little highlight. And if you wanted to, you could add something here, but I think it's pretty good. I do not want to add anything to that. Okay, mistletoe is drying. My little bells are still drying. Okay, well, I think I'm being called to use my coloring pencils for the gingerbread house. So let's see what we're gonna use. Obviously we need a brown, a nice like chocolatey brown. Probably this one here. Let's see. It's pretty dark though. Maybe this one. Oh, I don't have a scrap paper to test the color. Here, I'll try this. Yeah. Okay, so brown goes on everything except for everything, right? Just the walls. I think what I'll use here is, what I'm gonna have here would be pencils and Posca pens. Posca markers, sorry. Because we want super bright colors. I'm starting to think that this gingerbread house is like one of the longest projects I did. Okay, hold on. Sorry about that. That's my reminder for things. Oh boy. I am not a coloring pencil person, I must tell you right away. I do it, but like when I do this, I like to have time and do it slowly, and I don't like doing it fast. So I guess I am a coloring pencil person, I just really don't like doing it fast. Because I like to make sure all my lines are where I need them and all of that. Cindy, yeah, yesterday I was using watercolor pencils, gel pens, and metallic watercolor all on one card just to see what it would look like. Yeah, that's the point. That's the point. Use what you have and see what happens, right? It's fun. It's like the best way to explore different media that you have. Okay, now windows. Windows gonna be light blue. Oh, even that. I even have that. This is, I even can, no, I cannot tell you the color. Blue deco, I don't know. Very light blue. Okay, and for those windows, I'm going to use this because the light is on. Oh, and the barn door is going to be red. That's not the barn door, haha. It's the house door, but you know. So I want these different red than the rest of it. Okay, well, you guys, you have the idea. You got the idea. You just keep coloring and keep coloring. I want to show you what to do with the Christmas bells. Now that we have them, um, uh, I will use a black marker. You can use any black marker as long as this is dry. You can use a Posca. You can use a Sharpie. I'm just gonna grab a Sharpie because I know that most people that's what you guys have, and it's super easy. You just kind of make like a curved X like this, and then you add circles like that. And then you can change the direction of it a little bit, or you can bend it the other way. You can bend it this way. See, and now the bell is pointing another direction. Okay, so it's that simple. And with this, just making sure that these lines are curved. Oh, that's still wet a little bit. And then maybe this one will be looking all the way down here, and so then the line won't completely finish, okay? So with this one, we'll have a dot here, a dot here, and this one went out, so we can't see one, and this dot is under the bell, so we can't see it, and so we have the bells. Okay, so keep coloring. If you're doing that, I will finish it later. I need to take my kid to his voice class, and so I think after that I will go live again today to finish everything. So okay, let me know how you're doing. Say hello, subscribe, all the drills, all the YouTube drills, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.